My name is Kevin Yee. I'm from the University of Central Florida in Orlando. One of my expertises lately has been how to integrate artificial intelligence in the classroom. So, teaching and learning in the era of AI presents problems, and particularly for an HSI institution, we're one of them also. The problems of digital divide can become even more pronounced by AI. So I became involved in artificial intelligence, or at least the teaching applications of artificial intelligence, in late 2022. So I don't claim that I was ahead of the curve on this one. The internet and the social media and the regular media, for that matter, had already made ChatGPT viral before I heard about it. But once I heard about it and tried it, this was over Christmas break in 2022. Unfortunately, I realized, well, my break is over because I now had to start developing resources on our website for our teaching center, so that faculty, when they came back in January, would have some ways to, at the time, we were looking for ways to neutralize it and also ways to sort of lean in at the same time, letting faculty choose. That message has been nuanced over time. We now still offer those ways to neutralize, mostly by customizing your assignment prompts, but we don't really advise it, and we think that over time students are going to have better tools at their at their fingertips, and there won't be much of a way of neutralizing that. So that was followed by creating a conference around the idea of teaching with AI, just letting frontline faculty members share each other's stories and what works and what doesn't work. And as part of the conference preparations, the team and I, back on my home campus, built something called 60 plus ChatGPT assignments you can use in your classroom today, and made it an open source book. So that was also a giveaway at that conference. And those things sort of together combined to start generating a buzz around my association with artificial intelligence. So I've visited now 7 or 8 places delivering these workshops. STEM and the leaky pipeline, as it's been referred to, is a well-known phenomenon in higher education. Students start as STEM students and then sort of drip back out of it into some other major because either they struggled with the courses, often they struggle with the math. So that's a battle that the country's been fighting even before COVID and artificial intelligence. So I think both of those things, however, have made that battle more difficult. The students are even less prepared than they ever used to be. They have even more reason and incentive to not do the thinking required and just spit out an answer with AI. So the challenges are real and persistent. Well, with artificial intelligence, there does exist the danger that these tools could actually accelerate or exacerbate that digital divide, that income inequality that already exists. And we know it's a big problem already for student learning outcomes. And it goes all the way back to the student's education from the beginning, long before college, actually. AI is another tool like that. So when the internet was new, those people who had money for a computer at home and dial-up internet at home had an advantage in terms of learning that students from low-income households do not enjoy. So the digital gap has been there for a while. And just like the internet, the gap is going to present some difficulties here as well. So the tools, some of them have free ones, but many of them have a much better version if you pay money, and that's going to generate better outcomes for the students with money. So I think the institutions at HSIs and MSIs really need to do what they can to prevent that creep from getting any worse, to do what they can to level the playing field in terms of access. And so that's an institutional level challenge to figure out, how do we fund something that all the students can use without worrying about tapping into their own funds. One of my goals for coming to this conference was to become a little bit more aware of other institutions that are HSI, what their interventions look like in terms of reaching students, and particularly targeting students, putting opportunities in place, not just in a race-neutral way, but the ones that really reach out to the students most at risk and underrepresented groups. It's been rewarding so far. There are a lot of interesting strategies that I intend to bring back to our campus. I think that there's a lot more that our own teaching center can do that we haven't done with the level of specificity I'm seeing here today. So we've really learned a lot, despite being called in as one of the experts on one of these subtopics. But it's been rewarding and a learning experience for me.